How to fix an EB Ford or similar headlight while you're even sitting on the street. Very simply. Here we go. What I've done, I've pulled it all apart. I've had to put in new headlights and the clip come out. So to explain how it works, these little balls down there that you can see, two there and one over there, are what this here clips into. These little white nodules. There's two there and there's one over there. And then all you do is you line them up like so. You can do it between your legs, just sit it there very gently, and then you line it up. You get the first ball in the right position and you hear a click. Hear the click? Then you line up this end and there's another two. And then the third click, and there's the third click. So now your headlight framework, all the silver, is now fitted in. It doesn't move. That is your high beam, that's your low beam, and that's your parker light. Let's have a look at the other side. So over here, we have the little door here for this one. Now that you get your three clips back in your headlight fitting, this here is what we call very old, 30-year-old rubber bead. You must be very careful that you don't break it, but you put it back into the slot where it belongs. So when what we call clip on the clackers, or clamps, or whatever else you want to call them, you've got to make sure it all fits right correctly into the channel around the top of the light globe fittings. Right, so that's all in place. Then, tipping this over for a second, there's your three prongs there. This is where your car headlights fit in. Notice you cannot make a mistake because there's a very simple square box this side. So you cannot put it in the wrong way around. Then when doing your back light, you'll notice on the back it says off, on, and the word forward. So forward obviously goes down to the bottom, and then this here, these little nooks, those little two nooks there, they line up in those little holes there. So when you put it down, you can quite easily line it up so it fits in like so, and then you just turn it. So when you look at the forward, that's the bottom, that's the top, because this is the support mount down the bracket. So when you bring it around, you've actually got to line it up very delicately. I cheat. I tend to make sure that I line that one right up over in there, and there you go. See, you push it right down and in. Then you turn it anti-clockwise, like so. There you go. It's in. It's watertight, and it is tight as whatever you want it to be. It is tight. Now back onto this side, we have all this here. So this is now nice and solid. It's not wobbling around. We've got our three globes, and the old seal is still there. Do not break it when you pull this apart. When you go to pull it apart, if you do have to, the only reason you should ever take this glass off on my friend's lap here is because these three clips have come undone. That is the only reason. All light bulbs can be changed to the two accessible points on the back end of the headlight chamber. Setting the glass. So we now set the glass into the position. Mind you, this is not plastic. These are the original 30-odd year old glass. Now what happens is this plastic moves out of shape from age. See here, it's got the deformities from the heat of the hot days, from sitting out in the backyard and all that sort of thing, or driving down a hot road. See, the plastic warps out of shape. So the best way to do it is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Like when you same as when you put the rocket cover or the head on a motor. So very simply, you put it up against the glass down here. This is the clip. Let's have a look. Very old clip, still works, nothing wrong with it, just because it's rusty. And you push it in there and make sure the glass is up high against the plastic, or else it won't reach. See, you've got to get the glass up high against the plastic, and then just go clip. And of course, when it's on camera, it's not going to do it. 2 seconds. So I've got the glass right up against the plastic, as you can see. My thumb's on it, and I'll bring it round, and you hear this. Unfortunately, the glass is pulling down every time I roll it up with me trying to hold a camera. So hang on a sec. Right, so I've done the first one without holding the camera. Sorry about that. But anyway, at least now I've got something to hold into place, and you'll be able to see it work. Right, so onto the glass. It is very close to the plastic. Now this could be American cars, Australian cars, Chinese cars of this same system. And if you like Mr. Hominoid, please like and share and subscribe. I do anything, anywhere, anytime, about anybody, anything. And there you go. See? Simple as that. Then you do one on the other side. I'll come back to you. It's also a very good idea too, that what you do, you clean your glass before you put it back in. There it goes. Another one. Take this out. And put one up here. So then both are done. Two done down here on the bottoms. And then what you do, if you are short like me, somehow I've lost 2 clips. Oh yeah. Right, so you must do the ends, because that's where the rainwater goes when you're driving down the road. It's also at the ends is where the plastic will bow out, like when you compress a sandwich and you go to cut it. What happens? The edge of the bread folds up, but you can put the knife through the middle of the sandwich. So it's the same thing. You just hold that for me and you can see it. Right, so then we push that into there, squeeze that with your fingers, and my helper Paul, and me with my new artificial knee, even I can still do it. So there we go. Yes, I've got a new artificial knee. So even if I can do it, you can do it. Remember, Hominoid says, think positive. There we go again. You getting that on camera? Right. Then we got another one. So we got 1, 2 there. Okay, we'll put another one up the top. It's mainly up there on the top. You've got to seal the top because that's where the rainwater is going to come in. It doesn't matter so much about the bottom, because that way then it lets the rainwater out if any water does get in there, and then your headlights won't go rusty. And you still got to squeeze it in because it's muddy deformed plastic, and this is getting to be a lot of fun. Like so. And one more up the top. And there we go. All done. Right. So now what I have to do is, with my headlight now completely remade, which looks brand new, even though it's 31 years old, we'll go and put it back into the car. Now, let the camera clear up. How does all this work? Well, we have 4 points of screws. In this case, we have 3. We have the top 2, which is here, which has this metal clip, and the 3 screws, and the one at the back which stabilises the headlight so it doesn't swing around. I have no idea what that was not me, that was a guy running past. I hope he's not excited over Mr. Hominoid. Anyway. So you can use your knee. See? Just bonk, give it a bonk there with your knee, get a little push in, don't damage it. Now the other catch is, you've got to put on your blinker. So these ones have a blinker on the side. Now this is the fun part. Come back to you in a sec. And this is how we do it. Now as an automotive structural engineer, you have what they call a T-piece, upside down T-shaped headlight section. So with your blinker, you're better off, easier to put it down here first. And then you put your wire through and then you clip it on inside. I'll take that away just so you can see. Yes, you need to take blue paint where I spray painted the car. See? Here's the T-piece. I'll just put that on. Yes, I'll be the first one to correct myself. It's easier. Make sure you put the wire in through this side of the steel blue beam. Don't forget, there's a big steel beam there. You've got to make sure you put that on that side of the blue beam. Yes, I made the mistake by putting the headlight first. My mistake. Well, at least I can admit it. You want to hold that for me, please? There you go. Just stand there, just stand up. Right, so we just very gently push down on the bumper bar. We don't connect in the headlights yet until we get it all wiggled in. It's just sort of like a real jigsaw puzzle. You don't force it in, you take your time and you'll find it just all like that naturally sits back into place. Remember, cars are designed to fit perfectly. And there we go. Now I do is put in my 3 screws, 10mm socket, and that's it. So there we go. Paul, would you like to do the honours? Would you like to go flash the high beam and the headlights, and we'll see how the lights are working. Righto, turn on the headlights. Yes, we've got both parkers. Oh, place the high beam again, and off. High beam on, high beam off. Righto. And there we go. That's normal headlights. Go down 1 to parkers, and we have 1 little parker, 2 little parkers, and we're right. And yes, that's my lovely number plate. Anyway, for me, Mr. Hominoid, hope you enjoyed that. That's how you put a headlight back together for an EB Ford or similar model series, around the 90s mark.